The Atlanta Falcons defeat the San Francisco 49ers 28-14 by 2 touchdowns. And I just want to give myself a round of applause. Because going into the season, I said I think that Arthur Smith is going to try and dominate the line of scrimmage. He's going to utilize the running game and open up the passing game with play actions. And so far, he has been doing that. Atlanta ran the ball 40 times total on Sunday for 168 yards and had 1 rushing touchdown. This team has been playing a lot better than I thought they would. I didn't know that people going into the season had them going 2-15. I had them going 5-12. And at the beginning of the season, it looked like, unfortunately, my prediction was going to turn out the way I thought it would, because I had them losing against the Saints, losing against the Rams, and beating the Seahawks. I didn't predict how they would lose those first 2 games, but all in all, they're 3-3. Probably could have beaten Tampa, and they probably could be at least 5-1 right now. So people in the city of Atlanta, they are buying into this team, and rightfully so. Me personally, I have been really impressed with what this team has done so far, because they have given me 3 things that I have bitched about over the years: a running game, good offensive line, and a defense. But I'm more impressed with the defense, I would say, because for years we haven't really seen an Atlanta Falcons defense get turnovers, get pressure on the quarterback, make the quarterback uncomfortable, get sacks, and in games on defensive stops. This defense so far this season already has 8 sacks total, 6 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles. So they're making plays. There's been times where they've had bend but don't break moments, like in the Cleveland game. They were in the red zone and they had to come up with some key and crucial stops, especially when Cleveland went for it. So going into this game, I was saying that this could be Atlanta's true test, because last week against Tampa, their first test was how are they going to fare against Tampa Bay's defense. But I felt a little bit more worried about San Francisco's defense, because to me, they just seem a little bit better than Tampa's. Now, to be fair, San Francisco was missing half their roster on defense. Some of Atlanta's players got hurt as well, so I don't really want to hear that. And offensively, Deebo Samuel still played, Jimmy still played, Tevin Coleman still played, Fred Warner still played. So it wasn't like San Francisco was completely decimated with injuries. Going back to Atlanta, I was really happy with the fact that they stuck with their identity and their strength, and that's what they're going to have to do going forward, because they've shown no ability to throw the ball down the field and spread guys wide, 4 wide, 5 wide, hell, even utilize the screen game. They've shown no passing ability, and that's not really their strength. So running the football and having these grinded out type of wins, that's what's going to help them win football games going forward, especially the ones that are coming up, which are pretty winnable. Marcus Mariota, 13 for 14, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked twice, had 6 rushing attempts, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Usually I kill Marcus Mariota, critiqued him every single week so far, but I'm just going to say he played good. This was by far the best he's looked. If he can have these type of performances, these clean performances, he did not fumble the ball at all. Every single game so far, he has fumbled the ball. So if he can have clean performances, then that will help out Atlanta tremendously. And I'll also say this about Marcus Mariota. He does do a pretty good job of buying time in the pocket, extending plays. So I'll just leave it at that. Marcus Mariota played good. He was good. Good day for Marcus Mariota. Caleb Huntley, 16 rushing attempts, 59 yards. Tyler Algier, 15 attempts, 51 yards. It's nice to see these 2 young running backs have some success. You know, Tyler Algier, when he made his debut against Los Angeles, I thought he was a bit hesitant, kind of afraid to go through the line of scrimmage, but now he's fighting for extra yards. He's hitting the running lanes with more power and speed. Alameda Zaccheaus, 4 targets, 4 receptions, 58 yards. Drake London, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 40 yards. Kyle Pitts, 3 receptions, 3 targets, 19 yards, but he had a touchdown, right? He had a touchdown. Woo! Yes, clap it up for that guy. They finally got him in the end zone. Still waiting for him to be that dominant force that I'm sure a lot of Falcons fans are waiting for and wanting, like myself. Hopefully this will be a start of something beautiful. So this was a big win for Atlanta. They did not blow the lead. They didn't play soft. They didn't let San Francisco dink and dump their way down the field and have the receivers create yards after the catch by playing 15 or 10 yards off or 8 or 10 yards off. They stuck to their game plan, kept their foot on San Francisco's neck, and finished them. Okay, that's another thing with this team. They finished. So this felt like a complete game for the Atlanta Falcons. As far as San Francisco is concerned, they missed some opportunities in this game. There were 3 big plays in this game that they missed on. In the third quarter, Jimmy Garoppolo takes a deep shot in the middle of the field to Ray McCloud, but he drops it, and that would have put San Francisco in Atlanta territory, and the score was 14-21 at that time. And then in the fourth quarter, Jimmy takes 2 deep shots to Brandon Ayuk. One of them was in the middle of the field once again, but Jimmy kind of threw the ball a bit short. Brandon had to stop and kind of make an adjustment to the ball. Now, if he had led him, that would have been a touchdown. So Jimmy Garoppolo takes another deep shot down the field to the right side of the field to Brandon Ayuk for a no gain, but there was a penalty on Jake Brendel for offensive holding, and he actually caught the pass. So 3 plays missed on, 3 big home run shots that were missed. And if San Francisco is able to cash in at least 2 of those opportunities, especially the one where Jimmy doesn't lead Brandon to the end zone, who knows how the game turns out. I'm sure that gives San Francisco some momentum, and the defense probably plays with a little bit more energy. Jimmy Garoppolo, 29 for 41, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions. I would classify a performance like this as good, bad, and ugly. Jimmy G is Jimmy G. I'm not really too sold on Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he is a decent quarterback, an average quarterback. At times he'll look spectacular, and then there are other times where he'll look totally out of rhythm. Jeff Wilson, 7 rushing attempts, 25 yards. Rushing, Deebo Samuel, 2 rushing attempts, 11 yards. Tevin Coleman, 4 rushing attempts, 3 yards. So San Francisco got held in check. Only 16 rushing attempts though, and 50 yards. Probably could have done a better job of giving their backs more opportunities to run the football. Deebo Samuel, he was targeted 10 times, 7 receptions, 79 yards. So not a typical. Also Jeff Wilson lost and fumbled the football. Deebo Samuel, 10 targets, 7 receptions, 79 yards. He was held in check for the most part. He had some nice plays during the game though, but he didn't really have a monster day. Didn't really take over the game. Brandon Ayuk though, he had a pretty good day. 11 targets, 8 receptions, 83 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. George Kittle, 10 targets, 8 receptions, 83 yards. And everyone else was pretty quiet. So their safety, Talanoa Hufanga, he wasn't really in the box as much as he's been over the past few weeks, I thought. He's a game changer in his second year in the league. He has shown that he can shoot through the A and B gaps and tackle in the open field. And I'm surprised that they did not have him closer to the line of scrimmage as much when I went back and watched this game. I would say for San Francisco, missed opportunities killed them, turnovers killed them, injuries played a factor. But yeah, so the Falcons are 3-3. The NFC South is a mess right now. Who knew that they would have an opportunity to win the division and make it to the playoffs? They're looking like they could probably sneak into the playoffs. As for the 49ers, guys got to get back healthy, but I think they'll still be all right. I think they still have some talent on this roster. They just gotta do a better job of taking care of the football and cashing in on their opportunities when they're there. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out. So some jerk off left a comment under my last video. So just leave Raiders out, huh? You forgot the. If you're gonna talk shit, at least use some proper pronunciation. I left the Raiders out because I didn't give a fuck about the Raiders before the season started. The 2 main teams that I was concerned with coming out of the AFC was the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts, especially the Colts because I want to see them win a championship. So yes, that's why I left out the Raiders.